how much are your current portfolio companies managing to embrace and indeed maybe pivot towards it?
Hey, Caroline, thanks for having me today. Everything's AI today. So I think we said in a recent blog, the new modes, it's AI or die. So it's not like, am I AI VC or is this an AI VC fund? Pretty much AI is touching healthcare, fintech, consumer tech, storage, security. So pretty much every partner at Greylock focuses on AI, myself included.
Can you help us understand where the immediate opportunities are? What's sort of been interesting? There's been various reporting about perhaps how Jasper's been having to cut back on its headcount, how actually experimental CEOs and their engineers within big companies are willing to adopt maybe open source models rather than purchasing the sort of easier just plugins that many anticipated they would go with first. How are you seeing actual adoption of some of the companies you've been investing in?
So I would say two things. One, your interest from customers and consumers is spot on. So I would say like 15 years ago, every large customer had a cloud strategy, right? They had to talk about how we're going to move to Amazon or Azure or Google Cloud. Now every company out there, big and small, has to have an AI strategy. So first and foremost, every portfolio company, Greylock, is kind of benefiting from the interest in AI. But then the second question you asked is the difference between plugins, between models, between open source. And that's a question we at Greylock have been asking, like, where are the moats, right? Where are the defensible business models in AI going forward? Because in a world where you have ChatGPT or Llama 2 from Meta or Palm from Google, like, what can you do to build a moat around the AI models? And so we've been debating that. On one hand, you can talk about system engagement, like ChatGPT or Bard. Chat has also become the way to interact with AI. And it's debatable whether that persists or not. We're investors in a company called Pi, Inflection, started by Mustafa and my partner, Reid Hoffman. That's all about using chat to talk to AI. There's infrastructure layers, companies like Llama Index, a new investment we just did that talks about taking your enterprise data, interacting with these open source models. And then companies like Adept or Inflection building these fundamental models themselves, Caroline. So it's pretty cool because we're investing up and down the stack. And I think it's early innings to try to figure out where all the money is going to accrue to.
Do you think at the moment some of the money is being spent wrongly? Have we got a sort of mini bubble on our hands in terms of valuations and where it's being allocated?
I don't think it's right or wrong. I think we're going to look back in time in 5 or 10 years and say that was a mistake. I think there's a lot of experimentation going on, right? I think we're experimenting at the foundation models. We're experimenting at the chat layer. We're experimenting at the infrastructure layer. So I think there's a lot of experimentation on how AI is going to change consumer tech, enterprise tech, security. I think in the next 2 or 3 years, we're going to figure out where, one, which models work, two, which verticals make sense, be it legal, be it healthcare, be it CRM. I think we're going to figure that out over time. And then I think as investors, we're going to learn also, what business models make sense. And, my bias or my spoiler alert is I think, the old moats around network effects, go-to-market strength, brand marketing, all those weapons you employ as a startup founder in the past apply even more going forward in AI, right? So AI is great, but I think, Caroline, like the things that made money in the past will make money in the future.
And where are those founders?
Sorry, where are the founders? Well, I think founders today in AI are largely coming out of 2 areas. One, they're coming from research around AI. So you see a cluster of AI researchers from OpenAI, from Meta, from Google, folks that actually know the deep technology. Number 2, I think you see a cluster of founders coming out of domains. So people are thinking like, okay, I want to apply AI, but I really know healthcare, legal, CRM, customer support very, very well, and trying to marry the two together. So I think we're investing in deep tech founders who are really academic researchers, and we're investing in domain experts that say, hey, I understand what the problem here is. Oh, holy shoot, like I can solve this problem with AI that I couldn't in the past. And AI is unlocking these domain experts to do things they couldn't do 3 or 4 years ago.